Hello besties, welcome back to my channel. I am going to be reading these 7 books over the next 7 days. I don't think I've told you guys, but I'm currently doing a challenge that I've called the 20 TBR challenge, because basically I bought too many books over the past year, and my physical TBR was just getting a bit too overwhelming. It was just getting to be a bit too much, so I decided back in May that I was going to do this challenge where I read 20 books off of my physical TBR. And listen, that was back in May. It's now August. Do you want to guess how many books I've read for this challenge? 4. I've read 4 books for this challenge, which I think technically equals like 1 book every month. So it's not terrible, but I know that I can read at a quicker pace than that. I know that I could get through this challenge faster. I just haven't been prioritizing it. And I kind of just want this challenge to be over, because until I've read these 20 books on my TBR, I can't buy any new books. This challenge is a book buying ban challenge, and it has not been a fun time. Honestly, I'm just sick of not being allowed to do something that I want to do. I know ultimately I could buy new books if I wanted to, but I'm not a quitter, okay? I'm not a quitter, I'm not a cheater. I want to complete this challenge. So I thought not only would this be a really great way to get through my TBR, actually it would also just be a fun challenge and a fun little vlog to do for you guys. I have 7 books. I didn't pick them in any particular order. I just randomly got them off my shelf. I will actually only be reading 6 books in this video, because Funny You Should Ask by Elise Sussman is my book club book pick for August. So I need to read this week, so it's going to count towards the challenge of reading 7 books in 7 days. But I'm going to do a dedicated reading vlog to this, so you guys won't see me reading this in this video, but it is going to be one of the 7 books that I read. I did think about reading another book and including it in this vlog, but I just figured that would be reading 8 books in 7 days. So this is going to be the 7th book, but the vlog for this will be coming at the end of the month, so keep your eye out for that. The 6 books that I will be reading in this video, I have Trick Mirror, a collection of essays by Gila Tolentino, The Idiot by Elif Batuman. This is a dark academia novel. I'm super excited to pick this up. Insatiable by Daisy Buchanan. I think this is just a contemporary kind of lit fic story. The Furies by Katie Lau. This is another dark academia kind of novel. The Pisces by Melissa Broda. This is about a woman who fucks a fish. It sounds interesting, and it's really short, which is why I did kind of pick this specifically for this challenge, because I did want at least 1 shorter book on here. And then the last one is Ghosts by Dolly Alderton. The other 4 books off of my physical TBR that I've read so far, 3 of those books were for my book club, and the other one was Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton, and it's one of my favorite books that I've read so far this year. It was so good. I absolutely loved it, so I'm really excited to read her novel. Everything I Know About Love was a memoir. This is fiction, so I'm excited to see what Dolly Alderton's fiction writing is like. I'm really looking forward to this one. I don't exactly have a plan for how I'm going to get through these. I kind of just figured I'd try read one of these a day and let you guys know what I thought about it, but I might not update every single day. I might take some time, I might maybe read 2 books over 2 days or something like that. We'll just see how it goes, but I'm just so ready to get through these and get these off of my TBR. Yeah, okay, that's good. Okay, I don't know if I said what day I started this 7 books in 7 days challenge on. It is now Monday morning. Good news is I have read 2 books, but I didn't really vlog because over the weekend I got a really bad migraine. I was not well. I was basically really sick, so I didn't vlog my thoughts on these 2 books, but I did read them. I read The Pisces first by Melissa Broda, and this has surprisingly really bad reviews online. I enjoyed this. I honestly just wish I had read this in the summer. It's the middle of buttfuck winter right now in New Zealand, and this is just such a delusional, fantastical kind of book that you need to read in the heat of a summer day on the beach where it already feels like nothing is real, and then you read this on top of that, and it just kind of it's not the vibe to read it in the middle of winter. So this was surprisingly very depressing. I've no one has ever mentioned how depressing this is. I think one of the blurbs on the cover, or the first 3 pages of this book, are just full of reviews for this book. Someone in one of these reviews mentions that this does look at mental illness, and it's done in a very, I don't know if Tumblr 2014 is a way that you can write about mental illness, but that's kind of the vibes that I got from this book. It was very quirky, random, funny. I think Melissa Broda is like a brilliant writer. This was very unhinged but done in a really good way. I just feel like these kind of books with this kind of writing, it was funny because I was reading this and I was like, this reminds me of Dolly Alderton so much, and she literally blurbed it on the cover, says blew me away. It just has that kind of millennial, I grew up reading magazines, every line has to be quirky and punchy kind of writing style, which just reminds me so much of my creative writing days at university. Like if you wanted to get an A, or if you wanted to be like kind of different and stand out in your classes, like you would write like this. Not that it feels like forced, but it's a very specific kind of writing style that sometimes just feels like a little out of place in books. I'm like, this doesn't belong in a published novel, this belongs in like a university class. But while I can see why this doesn't have amazing reviews because this is just like so unhinged, so random, this was really fun. I did really like this. Surprisingly, the fish fucking didn't take up a lot of the pages. This is quite a short book. It's like 300 something pages. And so I went into this and I was just reading and reading and reading, and I was like, when is she gonna, like, she hadn't even met the fish by like page 100. And I was like, when is she gonna meet this fish man? When is she gonna fuck this fish man? Like, when is it gonna happen? Just like fuck the fish man, you know? Surprisingly very little fish fucking. I'm not saying I'm disappointed because I wasn't really sure. I just feel like when everyone talks about this book, they're like, oh my god, she fucks a fish. And like, I guess, yeah, she does fuck a fish, but it's honestly really like not the main takeaway from the story. Like there's so much more to it, and no one ever talks about like the mental health, the mythology, the weird kind of quirky comments on feminism in this. Like this is a lot going on inside of it for such a short book. I was very impressed. Again, I wish that I had read this on a summer day to kind of combat that darker, depressing sort of side to it. I feel like if you read this in the summer, it would be really, really fun, but I just read this in my bed in the middle of winter when I was sick, and so it was just kind of like really depressing. I don't know what I would give this. Ultimately, this is one of those books that I enjoy, and objectively I know it is interesting, it's well done, and there's a lot to unpack in it, and I think it's like skillfully crafted, but ultimately I don't think it's like one of those books that I have a really strong connection to. I'd probably give this a 3-star. As I said, I was reading this and I was thinking like, this reminds me so much of Dolly Alderton's writing, and so I picked up Ghosts by Dolly Alderton next. Honestly, kind of very similar to the Pisces. I liked this, but I didn't really have a super strong emotional connection to it, unlike Everything I Know About Love, which was Dolly Alderton's memoir and the book that I read of hers earlier this year that I really, really loved. Honestly, reading this, it kind of felt like a sequel to Everything I Know About Love, even though this is like totally fictional. Like, but again, this is just kind of like oddly depressing as well, which like maybe I should have gotten from the blurb. This is a book about Nina, and it basically just follows 1 year of her life. I think when she's like 32 or something, her dad is sick. I think her dad has like dementia, so it deals a lot with that. She meets a man who's like, I'm gonna marry you, but then he like ghosts her. A lot of like relationship drama between like friends as well. I think Dolly Alderton does a better job of writing about serious depressing topics with a lighter, funnier tone. I think this book was funnier. Like I laughed out loud multiple times reading this, whereas I didn't really laugh out loud reading the Pisces. I think Dolly Alderton does this kind of style of writing. Like after reading 2 of Dolly Alderton's books, I can just say that I like how she does this style of writing. She does it very well. Again, I just think ultimately like this isn't a book that I totally love, am totally emotionally connected to, obsessed with. Probably also another 3-star read. I'm glad that I read it. There were some lines that I really liked, and that's the thing about Dolly Alderton, she has some really great like one-liners. Underlined a few lines in this, not really, like I didn't annotate it or anything. This is fine. I'm glad that I've read it now. Both of these books, good objectively, yes. Favorites of mine? No, these were fine. I don't know, I just like, I needed a little something more for my books, I guess. But it's now, did I say what day it is? It's now Monday, and so that means I have 2 days to read the other 4 books on this TBR. I don't know if that's gonna happen, in all honesty. I do find it funny though that I was reading this and it reminded me of this and Dolly Alderton blurb the Pisces, and then I was looking at the Furies and Daisy Buchanan blurbed it. I just like, why are these connected so much? Like I really didn't pick these out with any intention. Like, and Dolly Alderton blurbed this as well. I literally, the way that I was going to read this, I didn't plan this, but I was going to read it, the Pisces blurbed by Dolly Alderton, Insatiable, which is also blurbed by Dolly Alderton, a connection. And then The Furies, blurbed by Daisy Buchanan. Kind of like a weird order. How did I like know instinctively to do this? I have no idea. I was thinking of maybe not reading Insatiable because it looks kind of chunky, and I honestly just don't know if I can be bothered reading another like middle-aged midlife crisis quirky feminist novel. I just like don't know if I can do it today, guys. I just don't know.
Stuck in a dead-end job, broken-hearted, broke, and estranged from her best friend, Violet's life is nothing like she thought it would be. She wants more, better friends, better sex, a better job, and she wants it now. So when Lottie, who looks like the woman Violet wants to be when she grows up, offers Violet a chance to join her exciting startup, she bites. Only it soon becomes clear that Lottie and her husband Simon are not only inviting Violet into their company, they are also inviting her into their lives. Seduced by their townhouse, their expensive candles, and their Friday night sex parties, Violet cannot tear herself away from Lottie, Simon, or their friends. But is this really the more Violet yearns for? Will it grant her whatever it is she is really seeking?
Like, in theory, I do really like this kind of genre, middle-aged, midlife crisis, quirky, feminist kind of literature. This does sound like a book I will enjoy, but I just don't know if I'm in the mood for it. Anyway, that's my, I guess, midway update. I guess I'm halfway through filming this video. I do just need to read these 4 books as quickly as possible over the next 2 days. I will update you once I've read my next book. I don't know which one it's going to be, so. No, okay, because like I just sat down and I just read this. Like I couldn't stop reading this. This was so good. Like I just couldn't stop reading it. Like this is not another Dolly Alderton, Melissa Broda depressing middle 30s midlife crisis quirky feminist kind of story. It kind of is, but it also kind of isn't. Like this is everything that I want those books to be, and they aren't. But like this was it. To be fair, like the main character in this is not in her 30s. She's 26, Violet, and everything is just kind of like stagnant in her life, kind of like a mess. Like she called off a wedding, her job is kind of shit, she's just like not happy. She's fallen out with her best friend recently, and then she meets this older couple. She meets this older woman, Lottie, and Lottie's husband Simon, and they're like, hey, we're in the art industry, we're kind of working on this startup to do with art, would you be interested in working for our startup? And she goes to like one meeting with both of them, like their first like work meeting, and they are fully just like flirting with her fully, and like the next meeting that they have, they just all fully have sex. Like it's very, very strange. Like this whole time Violet's there, she's thinking like, this is weird, like I shouldn't be having this kind of relationship with my like potential future bosses, like this is strange. But she also doesn't want to question it too much because it's like fun and exciting and it's sexy, right? And then Lottie and Simon introduce Violet to their group of friends, and things get like strangely sexual with them as well. There's a lot of drama in this book, but it was done so well, and it has that same kind of like quirky, quotable one-liners. This is just like my kind of book. Like this was perfectly everything that I could ever want in this kind of book. Like when I was reading Ghosts and when I was reading The Pisces, they were quirky, they were cool, I enjoyed my time reading them, but I just like couldn't connect with the characters in the story that much because it was just like this kind of writing style gives off a sense of fakeness, like it's performing too much almost. And I mean, the writing in this book is still very much a performance in its own way, but I feel like this is more character driven than some of the other ones. Like the other ones, obviously they do follow very strong female main characters, but they're almost more focused on the events that happen around that character, whereas this, the events are important, but the story itself felt more centered around Violet, and I feel like that was probably like I was probably able to connect to the story more because of that. I do need strong characters in the books that I read to like really, really enjoy them. This was just fantastic. I finished filming that clip, my update, just before, and I literally just sat down and read this and I didn't stop, and I feel like I'm gonna get another headache soon. I can like feel it. It's coming, but I didn't, honestly, I thought it would take me longer to finish reading this because I was dreading it, but I'm not, it took me like 2 pages and I was just hooked like immediately. Not even 2 pages. The like little quote at the start of the book, a twosome is a fragile structure that an intruder can slip into, but a triangle is a closed figure sufficient unto itself. Like the perfect quote, the perfect opening for this book. And the first few pages, honestly, yeah, just like very generic, like everything else Dolly Alderton has like ever written. But page 6, fantastic. Everything from page 6 onwards, I was just hooked. It was so good. I am hesitating to give it 5 stars. I don't know if this kind of book is like 5-star worthy for me. Like I really love this, I flew through it, but I feel like this is a very good example of what a 4-star book would be for me. Fantastic. I absolutely loved it. I was hooked. I think it's like incredibly well written. The skill is there. I don't know if the urge to reread this is there. Usually my 5-star reads are ultimate favorites. I would pick them up without hesitation and read them again and again and again. I'm not too sure if this book is one of those, but this was good. This is definitely at least a 4-star read. It might be bumped up to a 5, but this was fantastic. Really just like did not expect to finish that today. I thought I was going to start it and get like so insanely bored and have to pick up something else, but I'm in like a fantastic mood now, and so I think I would really like to read and finish The Furies today. I think I said earlier this is blurbed by Daisy Buchanan, who wrote Insatiable, so now I'm really excited to pick this up. Like, I've always been excited to pick this up, but I'm really excited to pick this up now. And I know that Trick Mirror is bunch of essays. I think I might try and read at least like 3 of the essays in this today as well, at least like start on Trick Mirror. I mean, like, this video is a challenge. I don't have to actually complete all the 7 books in the 7 days, or should I say that the 6 books in the 6 days that I'm reading in this video. Like, I realize that I don't like not winning things or not completing things, but I technically, like, this is a challenge that I set for myself. If I fail, that's fine. I didn't intend for this challenge to be set so that like the only thing I do with my days is read these books. Like, I wanted to just see if I could read a book a day, and I mean that kind of failed immediately when I like got sick over the weekend and I just was reading a lot slower than I normally would read. But I'm gonna start on these 2 next. We'll see how they go. I'll give you guys an update. We'll just have to see. Okay, so it turns out that I'm stupid and I can't count. I don't know if I said what day I started this 7 books in 7 days challenge. I started this on Friday. Tell me why I thought that 7 days from Friday would be Wednesday. Let's count together. If I started this on Friday as like day 1, Friday's day 1, that means Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday is day 6. Thursday is day 7. And I know technically that like I'm not reading one of the 7 books in this video, so technically it's like 6 books in 6 days reading challenge, so I have like 6 days. But I thought that like today, Tuesday, was the 6th day. Like, I thought Tuesday today was gonna be like the last day that I had to like read all the books, the 6 books. I have today, Tuesday, and I also have tomorrow, Wednesday. That's like 2 whole days. I honestly thought I couldn't do it if I just had today, but 2 whole days left to read. How many books do I have to read? Like 3 books? I can do that. I can do that so fine. Yesterday, Monday, I made a decent start on The Furries. I've read about a third of it and I'm annotating it. Honestly, this book is like so amazing. I'm loving this. It's like everything that I could ever want in a book. Fantastic. I'm gonna not read at least like all of this today. I'm not gonna finish this today. I want to read at least 1 more part. The book is like broken up into seasons. At least like 1 more part is like 80 pages, so I want to read at least 80 more pages of this today. But today I do really want to read The Idiot, so I think that's what I'm gonna do because I'm really feeling like an idiot right now. Okay, I think I have managed to pass the halfway mark of The Idiot and I'm enjoying it, but listen, seriously, this book gave me a headache, and then I've spent like all the afternoon feeling violently ill, which I'm sure is like unrelated to the headache caused by this book, but I think halfway is as far as I'm going to get with this tonight. Like, I'm not in the mood to carry on reading this tonight. Like, I just am not in the mood. I think this is as far as we're gonna get. Like, I really am the idiot for thinking I could read this all in 1 day. I am enjoying this though. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be a 5-star read. I think it's going to be a solid 4 stars, but I mean the last half of this book might really change that. We'll just have to see. But I do think I might be able to read a little bit more of The Furries tonight. Guys, I know it's The Furies, don't worry. This is just like the simple dark academia vibes that I could read this tonight. Like, I could mentally handle reading this. Could not mentally handle reading this. I just hate that I'm now like halfway through I've started 2 books. I'm not halfway through this one, but like the fact that I've started both of these and now I'm halfway through them, it makes me uncomfortable. I hate reading more than 1 book at once. So I think I kind of just want to go back to focusing on The Furies by Katie Lau. I think I just kind of want to finish this, but I'm just gonna put this away because it's not gonna happen today. But I might do a little bit more reading of this tonight. I am currently I just managed to have a shower and I'm just like relaxing. I'm not trying to do too much. I'm just like watching YouTube. As I said, like, I have not been feeling well this afternoon. I don't know what is up, like this vlog, sick vlog, hello? Reading 7 books in 7 days challenge, more like Annie don't feel sick every single day challenge. Impossible, because I've felt sick every single day of this vlog. I think I literally said in my update for reading Insatiable that I was getting a headache. No, why am I so sick at the moment? Anyway, that is the update. I think this will be the last update for today, Tuesday. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. We'll see where we're at tomorrow. It is now Wednesday. It is the final day for my reading 7 books in 7 days challenge. It's not gonna happen. I'm not going to finish any other books in this video. I just like am not well. And so I think I've put in the best effort that I can for this challenge, but honestly I would still call it a success even though I didn't read all of the 7 books in 7 days. Usually I would just tell myself not to upload this and like try the challenge again until I like succeed, as in like read all 7 books in the 7 days, but honestly that wasn't like the main purpose for this video, if I'm being entirely honest. I've succeeded in the sense that I've read some books that I wouldn't usually read. I've read books off my physical TBR, which is something that I'm really trying to do in the second half of this year. I've been trying to do it since the start of this year, but that wasn't a success, so we're focusing on the second half of this year. I'm trying to read the books off my physical TBR. And I mean, just in general, this whole year I feel like I've been just in the most awful reading slump, and I don't know what it is. I feel like I've been giving myself a hard time on what I've been reading. Like I'm not satisfied with what I'm reading, and I don't know what it is that I actually want to be reading. So I feel like this was good and like pushing myself out of my comfort zone, picking up books that I normally wouldn't read. In saying that, I did read 3 books. I read The Pisces by Melissa Broda, Ghosts by Dolly Alderton, and Insatiable by Daisy Buchanan. I gave The Pisces and Ghosts 3 stars, and I gave Insatiable 4 stars. Kind of okay. I did also start 2 books. I started The Furies by Katie Lau and The Idiot by Elif Batuman, and I mean, I've made progress with both of these, which I'm really happy with. Like, I didn't finish these for this video, but I will definitely finish these sometime soon. If you want to check out my reviews for these, I will review them once I've finished reading them on Goodreads, which is always linked in the description. You can go check that out. I will also probably be doing posts about these on Instagram. As you can see, I've been tabbing both of these books, so I'll probably do like a little post about that over on Instagram if you're interested. And then today I was going to read Funny You Should Ask by Elisa Sussman. This was the last book that I wasn't going to read in this video. I didn't read this today. I haven't been in a vlogging mood. I've literally just been in like my dressing gown all day. I napped for like 3 hours. I literally was just like knocked out. I just couldn't do anything today, and I don't think it's going to get any better like before the day is over. It's currently like 4 p.m. and I just like I can't see myself starting this, finishing this. That's only 6 books. Oh, I was also going to read Trick Mirror by Gia Tolentino, and listen, I opened this the other day because I was like, I can at least start it. I can at least read like one of the essays in this. Do you know what I found when I opened this book? I found a Kmart voucher. A Kmart voucher for $28 that expired 2 weeks ago. And when I tell you, that literally made me so mad because I have been wanting to go to Kmart for so long. I have a list of things that I need to buy from Kmart, and this honestly could have bought like most of the stuff that I want from Kmart, and I wouldn't have had to pay with it with my own money. Like, I could have literally just gone to Kmart and spent like $30, like got $30 worth of stuff from this voucher. But it expired. If I had picked this book up like 2 weeks ago, I could have gone on a little Kmart trip. Anyway, I was like, just because I've been wanting to go for so long, I was just like filled with the most pointless rage towards this book. Like, unnecessary, but it pissed me the fuck off so much. I was like, fuck you. Like, that's so unnecessary. But I opened this, I saw this, I tried to start the first essay. I literally couldn't do it. I was just so pissed off. So I very gently closed this book, put the voucher back inside. I should throw it out, but anyway, I'm just like, I put this away. It was not happening. It was not happening. I'll read that another time. I will definitely get to that. I've only heard good things about that book. That's nothing against the book itself, just like the timing. Oh my god. Anyway, these are the 4 books that I read or started reading in this video. If you guys have read any of these, I would love to hear like your thoughts and opinions on them. I hope you guys don't mind that I didn't actually read all 7 books in the 7 days. I don't know why you would, but if you have any thoughts about that, you can let me know down below. I will probably be back with another video sometime soon. I am trying to upload more over August, so you guys have more chances to enter into the giveaway. That I'll be back with another video sometime soon. Bye besties.